long overdue YouTube video. So I'm just gonna be going over, as I talk, I'm just gonna be going over my client. Sounding like a coach now. I'm gonna be going over his split, all the exercises he did today, and his diet. I just have to put it down real quick. Sorry, I just forgot that I had to send his files to my computer, or to my coaching email. Okay. So this kid, dude, is crazy. He's 14. He reps 225 on bench. Insanely gifted athlete, insanely gifted genetics. He has a great work ethic too. You know, I'm trying to help him improve on his work ethic for sure. I think, and if he watches this, like, obviously no shade on him. I think he's a little bit used to being the best, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean he doesn't put in work, but I just want to help him, you know, have a better work ethic, because I think he's used to being the best. And I'm not saying he doesn't have a work ethic, but I just want to set him that much farther ahead, with sports especially. Other than that, when it comes to me, been growing like crazy. So I haven't made a YouTube video since prep, but now it's been 8-9 months since my show. And since then, I'm 190 right now. Really just trying to push the weight up, you know, in the gym and also body weight, so that my next, I'm just trying to gain muscle. I'm not gonna say you're uncomplicated. I'm just trying to gain muscle, as much muscle as I can for my next show. Try to get my pro card, and if I don't get my pro card, well, whoop-de-doo. You know, I'm not gonna, mope around, because if I don't win my natural pro card, it's not the end of the world. I'll get over it. I'm not gonna stay natural my whole life anyway. And I know for certain I am not quitting bodybuilding until I become an IFBB pro. That's just not an option for me, you know? But yeah, other than that, dude, everything's improved. My legs have blown up incredibly. My legs are literally a world of a difference. I'm measurement-wise, end of prep, or like post-show, I measured everything, I think a week after my show, and I measured again 2 weeks ago. Arms went from 14.5 to 16 inches. Legs went from 23 to 26 inches. Calves went from, I think it was, they were small, I think it was 14, and now they're 15 inches, maybe it was 13, I don't remember. My waist has gotten a bit thicker, but that's obvious, you know, I'm putting in a lot of food. I really think next show, man, I've improved so much, my posing, and just everything has improved. My work ethic improved. My passion for this has improved. I can't say anything that hasn't improved. I'm tracking my calories and I'm locked in, as they say. There was kind of one thing I wanted to talk about before I get into the video, the actual video of my lift, which is my posterior day, my last posterior day. I have posterior tomorrow, and that's just about, and the thing I want to talk about is just about doing what it takes to progress. I think a lot of people overlook things, or they make excuses for things, you know what I mean? People will be like, oh, I'm made for this, I want this so bad, but then they skip a lift, or they think because they're pinning, you know, they're taking tests or taking whatever, that they can skip a lift because, oh, I'm taking steroids, oh, I can miss this meal because, or I can eat this meal because I'm taking Retta. And it's just that kind of work ethic and that kind of thinking really bites you in the back, or in the butt. I think that's bites you bites you in something behind you. It hurts you in the long run, because that kind of mindset carries over to everything you do in life. You know, making excuses because you don't want to put in the work, you're always going to be mediocre. I'm sorry, but you're always going to be average if you keep doing that. And you'll be like, oh, well, I look better than the average person. Come on, that's not a flex. Saying that you're stronger or better looking than the average person, that's not something to boast about. The average person is obese and has a deficiency, has a muscle deficiency. Like, this isn't a flex, you know? Like, you think that you're better than people just because you lift, or you think you're better than people because you're a bodybuilder or because you diet, when at the end of the day, you make the same excuses as other people, just on a smaller scale. You know what I mean? But yeah, I just wanted to make sure you understand, to anybody who's watching this, that you have to put in so much work just to get to the places you want to be. And also, if you're satisfied with yourself, if you're happy with yourself for putting in less than what you really could put in, you're already gonna fail. I mean, if you're putting in half the work that you could, and you're happy with that, you're gonna fail. Like, it's as simple as that. Really, the end all be all is training. Like, if you're not training hard, you're not growing. I mean, I can't stand seeing people think they're training hard when you're watching them train and you're like, oh, you could have got like 4 more reps. But yeah, posterior day, I think that was the day. I lifted late at night. It's always nice when it's late. You'll see because my back is my weak point, so I put it first every posterior session. You'll see that I'm like making a makeshift cable pull down, because I mean, obviously once you get to a certain amount of weight on cable pull downs, you can't hold yourself down unless you have a pad. So I clipped a bar, like a curl bar, onto like the cable, the pole, like of the cable machine, and clipped it into one of the holes and put it over my legs, so that way it holds me down. Yeah, and then I did 1 set of SLDLs, 3 plates in a 25 for like 6 or 7 or something like that. I didn't take it to failure only because my back is so messed up, and that's a whole issue. We're dealing with it though. I'm not gonna like ignore it or be like, oh, I'm just not gonna do SLDLs or RDLs because my back's messed up. No, I'm not gonna make excuses, because that's what someone who doesn't want it, that's what they say. But I did in fact do it anyway. And you'll see that it looks like I'm failing. Like, it looks like it gets hard, like the last rep. It's my lower back tensing up and like kind of giving out in a way, but my hamstrings and glutes nowhere close to giving out, which is just, it's frustrating. But I'm doing some stretches and everything to try and get those muscles, you know, relaxed more. Hopefully I can do SLDLs, get to 5 plates maybe before my show. That'd be fucking awesome. Other than that, man, I don't really have anything else to talk about. I'm sure my next video I'll probably record for an anterior day. Dude, and I'm sure I'll have a lot to talk about, but I'm so excited for another anterior day. So yeah, I'll just cut to the video. See ya.
My career would be different, but it wasn't about my career. It's always been about my kids. With family and friends. I'm sure if you talk to my kids,
Come on.
they would say I didn't balance it because I was working all the time.
He died, his relationship with him, he became sort of a mythical figure.
Growing up in Florida, I feel like you hear Oregon track history from a very young age just because of the Nike and the Bowerman, the line, all of those things are I learned to inform the way about
Oh, come on. Yep. Yeah.
More than 80% of Americans
Yeah.
don't get enough. Nordic Naturals is
Yeah.
to take more to the power of alcohol-free with pure
Yeah.
supplements made from high-quality ingredients. So start taking Nordic to the power of
Yeah. Come on.
with Nordic Naturals, the #1 selling omega-3 brand in the US.
Yeah.
What if it's a concussion? Hang on. I'll look it up. I'm probably fine. Probably. I thought I was okay, but I had a concussion. Sometimes it's hard to tell when you're up. If you hit it, get it checked.
Oh. Yeah.
Then next year, Michigan State wins. And they brought the Paul-Winning Trophy out onto the field. That was one of the first times that had happened. Over Michigan. Versus since 1990.
Oh, it's so depressing. My lower back is